ABSLI Wealth Secure Plan. Will investing in this policy help you accumulate wealth and create a financially secure future in the long run or not? Let us find out through an in-depth analysis in this video. Hi, welcome to holisticinvestment.in. We help individual investors like you to make the right financial and investment decisions to reach your financial goals in a more smarter and faster way. So before analyzing this policy, let us first understand what is ABSLI Wealth Secure Plan. So this is a non-participating unit-linked life insurance plan, and some of its key features are you can pay premiums for a limited term and get life cover for your whole life. And you have the flexibility to choose from 3 investment options to suit your investment needs. And there is flexibility to add top-ups also whenever you have additional savings. And partial withdrawals are allowed to meet any of your emergency fund requirement. There is also tax benefits under Section 80C and under Section 10 of the Income Tax Act 1961. So these are some of the key features of this policy. So now let's take a look at the benefits available under this policy. So first of all, there is something called death benefit, which is given to the nominee in the case of unfortunate death of the policyholder during the policy term. So the nominee will receive the greater value of anything, any of these two options. Like either they can receive the basic fund value as on date of intimation of death of the policyholder, or the basic sum assured. Addition, he might also receive the greater of top-up fund value as on date of death of the policyholder, or the top-up sum assured, whichever is the highest in value. So this is the death benefit. So the guaranteed additions are given in the form of additional units which will be added to your policy. So on the 10th policy anniversary and every 5th policy anniversary thereafter, the guaranteed addition is 2% of your total basic and top-up premiums paid in the last 60 months. So in addition, on the 11th policy anniversary, every policy anniversary thereafter, guaranteed addition is 0.20% of the average policy fund value in the last 12 months. So these are the benefits available under this policy. So as we have understood benefits and the key features of this policy, let us now understand what are the investment strategies and fund options available under this policy. So first of all, the investment strategy we are going to learn about is life cycle investment option. In this case, your portfolio will be structured as per your age and risk profile. So you need to decide on your risk profile, which can be conservative, moderate and aggressive. Then your funds will be shifted from your riskier assets to safer assets progressively with your age. So your annualized premium is split and allocated into between two funds. First is the maximizer fund, which is an equity fund, and next is the income advantage, which is the debt fund. So already they will be allocated in a predetermined proportion based on the selected risk profile and your age when the premium is invested. So to understand how they allocate based on the age group and the risk profile, you can refer the policy brochure for more detailed information. Next is the systematic transfer option. So here your premium shall be first allocated to the liquid plus fund option, and thereafter monthly or weekly of your choice, the allocated amount should be transferred to a segregated funds of your choice. So you can choose up to a maximum of 4 segregated funds, and this option is available only if you pay the premium in annual mode. Next investment strategy is a self-managed option, where this policy provides the policyholder with the full freedom to control and switch from one segregated fund to another among 16 segregated funds. So the only requirement here is that the percentage allocated to any fund be in increments of 1%, which is ranges from 5% to 100%. So the total allocation across all funds must be 100%. So what are the funds options available under this policy are liquid plus fund, income advantage fund, assure fund, protector fund, builder fund, enhancer fund, creator fund, asset allocator fund, magnifier fund, maximizer fund, multiplier fund, super 20 fund, pure equity fund, value and momentum fund, capped nifty index fund, MNC fund, linked discontinued policy fund. So these are all the fund options available under this policy. So as we have understood how the investment strategies works and what are the fund options they provide you with the policy holder, let's move on to the charges that we need to pay while investing in this policy. So first of all, there is something called premium allocation charge, which is levied on the basic and top-up premium when received. So this is just for staying invested in this policy. You pay premium, right? For that, they charge you based on your basic and top-up premium they receive. And there's something called fund management charge also. It depend this is for managing your fund, and this charges depend on what kind of fund option you have chosen. Like if you have chosen liquid plus, income advantage, assure, protector and builder fund options, then 1% per annum will be charged as the fund management charge. If you have chosen enhancer, creator, cap, nifty index, asset allocation fund options, then 1.25% per annum will be charged as your fund management charge. And there is also something called magnifier, MNC, maximizer, multiplier, super 20, pure equity and value and momentum fund. So if you have chosen these funds, then 1.35% per annum will be charged as your fund management charge. So these are all basically depending on the fund options you choose to invest in. And there is also something called the policy administration charge, which is 20 rupees per month for the first 5 policy years. Then it shall increase to 25 rupees per month in the 6th year and inflate at 5% per annum. So it might be subjected to a maximum of 6,000 rupees per annum. So this is also another charge. And there is something called mortality charge. This is for providing with life cover, and it depends on the gender and age group of the policy holder. So they will charge accordingly. And there is something called miscellaneous charge, which is 50 rupees per request for change in your investment option, premium redirection, fund switch, partial withdrawal or any additional servicing request. And if you want to discontinue or surrender this policy, there is also charge for that. And it depends on the year you choose to discontinue or surrender. So the annualized premium amount and the fund value all depends on the your discontinue and surrender charge. So if you look at it, other market linked products do not impose the charge, particularly the premium allocation, policy administration, premium redirection, full fund switch, partial withdrawal switch and discontinuance and surrender charges are not charged or imposed in other market linked products. But here these additional costs will definitely over time will reduce the overall returns you might get from investing in this policy. So this is also some factor you need to carefully consider before choosing to invest in this policy. As we have understood the basic details and how this policy briefly works, let us now go on to understand what are the advantages and disadvantages present in this policy. So if you need added protection, then you can add riders to enhance this policy for more protection for a nominal extra cost. And you're also allowed to make unlimited partial withdrawals anytime after you complete 5 policy years, or if the policy holder attains the age of 18, so whichever is later. And you also have 3 investment strategies and 16 fund options to choose from as a policy holder. So these are the advantages. Now let's take a look at the disadvantages. Disadvantages are equally important as well as the advantages, because it reveals the potential risk you might be undertaking by investing in this policy. So in this policy, you are not allowed to take any kind of policy loan, and no maturity benefit is available under this plan. So the death benefit is only payable to the nominee. And the fund options, if you look at it carefully, are repetitive because this asset allocation is similar across each fund option. So these are also some factors you need to carefully consider before choosing to invest. Now let's move on to the main part of the video, where we conduct an IRR analysis. That we are going to analyze the internal rate of return of ABSLI well secure plans, because a policy might have great benefits and advantage, but what matters at the end of the day, the returns we get in our hand. So for that we are going to calculate the IRR of this policy. So for calculation purpose, let us understand and assume a 35-year-old male has opted to buy this ABSLI well secured plan with a sum assured of 10 lakhs. So the policy term here is 65 years because it's the whole life coverage, and if he's entering the policy at the age of 35 till 100, you can calculate it as 65 years. So and the premium paying term is also for 10 years with an annual premium of 1 lakh rupees. So how we are going to calculate the IRR is based on the limited information given in the ABSLI well secured plan policy brochure. So given that this is a whole life policy with no specific maturity benefit, we will assume a life expectancy of 80 years, and we are going to assume the future investment returns at 2 different units, which is 4% at the worst case scenario and 8% at the best case scenario, because this is a participating policy and it depends on how the policy performs, right? So we are going to calculate the returns in two different units like this. These are not guaranteed rates, and this is does not represent these are the upper limits or lower limits of the potential returns. We are just using this to calculate the IRR right now. So this is just for example purpose. So if you look at the IRR for the 4% per annum, you get a maturity benefit of 25 lakhs 59,000 with an IRR of 2.34%. So 2.34% is something you can get from your savings bank account rate of interest as well, because it has a similar rate of interest. So if you do not invest your money anywhere and just kept your money in the savings bank account, it will still have given you a similar return like this. But we are investing in this policy and taking such a good amount of time and risk to stay invested in this policy. But if only it gives a return of 2.34%, which is similar to a savings bank account rate of interest, it's definitely not justifiable for in the long run, because in long run we potentially expect better returns, inflation beating returns, right? But here it's not even giving you a return which is guaranteed, and also it's comparable to a savings bank account rate of interest, and 2.34% is not even a guaranteed amount, so it can even go lower than this. So if this is the worst case scenario, in the best case scenario, it's giving you a return of 8% per annum, a maturity benefit of 1 crore 28 lakhs, and the IRR here is 6.45%. 6.45% might be a decent return and even comparable to a FD fixed deposit return, but it's comparable only to a debt instrument, right? And in debt instrument you can even get a guaranteed return. But here the only reason we are investing in it for a long term period with the amount of risk we are taking is to get better returns, inflation beating returns, so we can create and accumulate wealth, right? But according to the Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance Wealth Secure Plan Maturity Calculator, these are the IRR we get, which is definitely not justifiable for the amount and risk we have invested. So these fund values also will not benefit you directly, because they are only payable to the nominee, and the accumulated corpus in this policy cannot be utilized during your lifetime unless you surrender the policy. On top of such poor returns, right? So what we are going to do now is we are going to conduct another analysis, which is the comparative analysis, to see if investing in other investment options or other alternative investment strategy will secure us with better returns and help us accumulate a substantial corpus to achieve our financial goals. So for comparative analysis purpose, we are going to choose an alternative investment strategy. We are going to separate insurance and investment. So instead of investing in an insurance cum investment policy like ABSLI Well Secure Plan, we are going to separately invest in insurance, which is a pure term life insurance policy with a similar sum assured of 10 lakhs, and policy term and premium term are similar to ABSLI Well Secure Plan, just for a fair comparison. But the only difference is here we are only going to pay an annual premium of 8,800, whereas in ABSI Well Secure Plan we paid an annual premium of 1 lakh rupees. So the remaining amount will be invested in a chosen investment vehicle. So this is the combination type of investment strategy we are going to choose. So 91,200 rupees will be invested in an ELSS mutual fund, which is a market linked product, as we have chosen as a investment vehicle. Why ELSS mutual fund is because it is a government linked market mutual fund, and it also has a consistent track record where it has given you more than 12% per annum if we choose to invest in it for more than 7 to 10 years, as the market cycle would also get completed in that time and has potentially given us that return. So based on that, we are going to calculate the IRR. So if we calculate the IRR in the combination of term insurance plus ELSS mutual funds, you get a return of, at the end of 45 years, you get a return of 9.46 crores, which if you after accounting for the capital gains tax, which you need to pay tax if you have chosen to invest in ELSS mutual funds, then after paying tax, the post-tax maturity value is 8.52 crores. This is definitely, even after paying tax, it's giving you such a huge amount of return and a drastic difference compared to ABSLI Well Secure Plan with an IRR of 11.4%, which is calculated on the post-tax return. So this is definitely a inflation beating return with which you can accumulate wealth and help you create a financially secure future. So the primary advantage of this investment is its liquidity. You can also use this fund for any milestone or particularly redeem it to offset any shortfall or even help use it to meet any emergency. So if you compare it with ABSLI well secured plan, the policy definitely lacks these benefits and its potential return is also comparatively low. So, what is the final verdict? Should we invest in this policy or not? As we can see, the significant drawback to this policy is the fund value cannot be utilized to meet you any of your financial goals until your lifetime. So, only your nominee can liquidate the fund value, keeping your investment locked until then. So, to access this fund value, you might have to resort to partial withdrawals or surrender this policy itself. Also, this whole life cover benefit does not give you any kind of value and instead increases your mortality charge, and also this policy has a high agent commission. So overall, this is not a better option to add to your investment portfolio. So instead of that, you can invest insurance and investment vehicles separately. Like you can choose a pure term life insurance policy which covers your working years, which is usually sufficient, and also it gives you a higher coverage even at an affordable premium compared to an investment cum insurance policy like ABSLI well secure plan. And also for wealth creation purpose, it's better if you build a diversified investment portfolio which will help you achieve your financial milestones. As we have already taken a look at the alternative workable strategy, you can customize it according to your risk tolerance and add fund options and choose options which will be suitable to your needs. And if you do not have the time or the knowledge, sufficient knowledge to plan all this, you can definitely involve a professional like a certified financial planner to help you achieve this goal and to help you personalize a financial plan, and they will customize investment strategies especially for you to achieve your financial goals in a more faster and smarter way. So this is also something you can definitely consider. If you want to read more about this policy, then you can definitely check out the blog post we have posted on our website through the link in the description. And if you want to gain more professional guidance through a professional financial planner, you can choose to book a one-on-one complimentary consultation with one of our professional financial planner through the link in the description. Also, if you want to gain more investment and financial insights through the leading experts in the finance industry, we also conduct regularly free live webinars through which you can register and gain these insights. The link is in the description. Also, if you like this video, definitely hit like and subscribe to YouTube channel so we can come up with more such financially beneficial content for you. Thank you for watching.